Bitcoin is just short of its all-time high.
Options traders increased bets that regardless of who takes the White House, Bitcoin is poised to hit that 80K mark this year.
Designing effective blockchain incentives is essential to creating decentralized systems that are robust, efficient, and engaging. This guide breaks down the key steps in the incentive design process, providing practical advice, best practices, and useful tools for anyone involved in blockchain development, whether they're starting a new project or optimizing an existing one. Define objectives and goals. Start by clearly defining what the system aims to achieve. Identify the primary goals, whether it's improving security, boosting transaction efficiency, or enhancing user engagement. Clarify the actions or behaviors you want to incentivize, such as transaction validation, development contributions, or network security. Additionally, consider who the stakeholders are, including validators, users, developers, and investors, and understand their motivations. When defining objectives, it's important to set measurable targets so you can track the impact of your incentives. For instance, if the goal is network security, you might target metrics like uptime or validator participation rate. For development-focused incentives, success could be measured in terms of open source contributions, bug fixes, or feature updates completed. Design incentive mechanisms. With objectives in mind, design incentive mechanisms that will encourage desired behaviors. Select types of incentives, such as financial, rewards, staking returns, reputational, status, recognition, or social, community engagement. Financial rewards are powerful, but their value can fluctuate based on market conditions, so it's essential to structure rewards with mechanisms that account for volatility. Reputational incentives, such as badges, leaderboards, or privileges, can provide lasting value without diluting the project's financial resources. Social incentives, like community voting or collaborative projects, build loyalty and foster a deeper connection to the network. Establish a governance framework. A robust governance framework is essential for managing incentives. Define how incentive-related decisions will be made, including voting, proposal submissions, and consensus protocols. This structure ensures that incentive adjustments can be made as necessary without risking centralization or compromising transparency. For example, staking mechanisms can allow token holders to vote on proposals for incentive changes, empowering the community to steer the direction of the project. Governance processes should be clear about who can propose changes, how proposals are approved, and the procedures for implementing adjustments. Implement and test incentive structures. Once the incentive mechanisms and governance framework are designed, it's time for implementation and testing. Deploy the incentive structures, which may involve coding smart contracts and setting up staking and reward systems. Conduct thorough testing to confirm incentives work as intended, checking for vulnerabilities and ensuring proper reward calculations. Real-world testing in a sandbox environment can provide valuable insights, simulating how users might interact with the system, whether rewards are distributed accurately, and how penalties impact behaviors. Collect participant feedback, monitor performance, and make necessary adjustments for ongoing improvements. For example, if rewards appear too high and lead to unsustainable costs, it might be necessary to reduce them or introduce milestone-based payments. Regularly evaluating performance metrics, such as active user growth, transaction volume, and the stability of validators, provides a clear picture of incentive effectiveness. Fine-tuning based on participant feedback helps keep the incentive model aligned with both project goals and participant needs. Best practices for effective incentives. Align incentives with objectives. Design incentives to directly support project goals, whether it's network security, community engagement, or innovation. Misaligned incentives can lead to unintended outcomes and reduce effectiveness, potentially causing users to abandon the platform or exploit the system. Balance rewards and penalties. A well-balanced system of rewards and penalties ensures fairness and motivation. Excessive rewards may lead to unsustainable practices, while strict penalties might discourage participation. Aim for a ratio that incentivizes positive behavior without making participation too difficult or punishing mistakes too harshly. Prioritize transparency and fairness. Clearly communicate how rewards and penalties are calculated and distributed. Auditing mechanisms can further increase transparency, ensuring all participants trust the system. A transparent structure encourages honest participation and helps prevent manipulation. Consider long-term sustainability design incentives that will remain viable long-term, considering the economic impact on the blockchain project's continued growth. Avoid mechanisms that might be profitable short-term, but are economically unsustainable or potentially harmful to the network in the long run. Engage the community. Gather community feedback to refine incentive structures, fostering a sense of ownership and commitment among participants. Engaging the community also allows for the detection of emerging issues before they become problematic and strengthens overall loyalty. Tools and resources for designing incentives. Blockchain platforms and frameworks utilize platforms like Ethereum, Polkadot, and Binance Smart Chain, which offer tools for creating and managing smart contracts, tokens, and decentralized applications. Each platform has its strengths, such as Ethereum's robust developer community or Polkadot's cross-chain compatibility. Simulation and modeling tools. Use tools for economic modeling and game theory simulations to test and optimize incentive structures pre-deployment. These tools allow developers to experiment with various scenarios and foresee potential challenges, helping ensure that incentives are effective under different market conditions. Community and expert resources. Engage with blockchain forums, industry experts, and attend conferences to gain insights into successful incentive models and stay updated on emerging trends. Resources like Medium articles, white papers, and academic studies provide valuable knowledge on best practices and innovative approaches. Documentation and reporting tools. Maintain detailed records of incentive structures, governance processes, and decision-making activities. Comprehensive reporting supports transparency and accountability. Documenting these details provides a roadmap for scaling incentives and allows the community to review the project's progress over time. Real-world examples and lessons. Learned Bitcoin's POW model, Bitcoin's proof-of-work model aligns miners' incentives with network security, encouraging substantial hardware investments for the reward of new Bitcoins. However, centralization and environmental costs highlight the need for ongoing refinement, showcasing the importance of a flexible incentive model that can adapt to changing needs. Ethereum's gas fees. Ethereum's gas fee system incentivizes prompt transaction processing. High fees during congestion show the importance of scalability, leading to innovations like Ethereum 2.0 and Layer 2 solutions. By adapting its incentive structure, Ethereum aims to improve efficiency while maintaining network stability. Key takeaways. Incentive. Alignment. Models that align incentives with system goals are more effective, reducing issues like centralization or high costs. Scalability and adaptability incentive models need to adapt to growing demands, as seen in Ethereum's move toward scalability solutions. Inclusivity and fairness. Ensuring accessible participation avoids reward concentration among a few users, as demonstrated by Steemit's community challenges. Ongoing improvement blockchain incentive models require continuous evaluation and adaptation to address emerging issues and opportunities, ensuring they remain effective and fair for the community at large.